All right, so I'm going to reveal these resin pieces I did yesterday. And I'm making some can openers. So anyway, let's see how this looks. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's got some sparkle in it. Yeah. And I'm not quite sure what this little beer bottle here is for, but I guess. All right. Yeah. Okay, so this one here. Oh, can't get this one out. Yeah, okay. So I poured over the top of the mold, but wow, get this out without breaking it. The mold. Okay. Eek. Oh, it's got the hole there. It's sunk quite a bit, as you can see. Okay. I don't know about this. I think I need to experiment more with this. I'm trying to use I can't remember the name of the guy that I follow, and I'll put that in later, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. Great, so I'll get this out. Oh, right, so I've got more resin sitting on here. All right, so not quite cute, the little glass. So I've been buying these molds off Temu, and man, their prices are really good. Delivery's great. They're actually getting faster. At first it was like, I'm thinking, 4 weeks before I get anything. The first thing I bought was a vacuum cleaner. Anyway, so this is the mold here. I like this one better. It's got, actually like the clear space on it, actually. I may end up having to I think I'm going to probably have to pour more resin on a clear resin over the top of this here, because it's got quite a bit of a lip there. But anyway, that's that piece, and then there's this piece here. Okay. Well, this piece is pretty cool, actually. I don't know if you can see. I like this one. Yep. And this one. Ooh. Okay. All right. Yeah. Definitely need to go back to the drawing board, but it's got some pretty stuff going on there. I think I started swirling it too soon. The resin was still really liquidy. And I think what I need to do is wait until it's a little bit set up a bit more before doing the swirls, and not. I stayed in it too long, which made it sort of graded a bit. Mixed colours together too much. Hasn't really done anything really. So there's that. And the colours I actually used, I got from Temu, I believe. these alcohol inks. So purple, I used a light blue. This is the white that I use to as a sinker. And the blue, this is awesome. I love this colour here, the silvery one. It put all the spark. It's got the mica powders in it, so it put a lot of sparkle into it. And then the violet. Yeah, so those were the colours. Anyway, I think they'll be all right. I've got to mount the metal pieces on these now, so that that'll be another expedition if they're ready to go. I'm not sure about that yet. Maybe you can get back to me on what you think. Probably more experienced at this than I am. I used some silicone. This silica here, actually, it's a hair stuff. I don't know if you're supposed to use that, but I used that to try to help to sink the paints as well. I didn't get those really pretty swirly effects, the three-dimensional effects, as much as I would have liked. So there's those, and then the other pieces I did yesterday. Okay, so there's this. It's a coaster. I only had enough resin made up to make the one, which was fine because I need to experiment. Okay, so this one here, I've got a blobby bit there, that bit there, where I mustn't have mixed the resin very well, because it has, I'm going to have to figure something out about that. I did the same thing when I made these little knobs. Excuse my hands there, but I made these little knobs to replace a knob that was broken on a cupboard. And this was interesting because I put the alcohol inks, just dropped them into it and put these little flecks that I got also from Temu. These are great. They put an opalite sort of flicker on things, and so that's what you're seeing there at the end, because I put them in first, and I like it where it's got the dark bit there and you've got the clear on the edge. I actually quite like that. But the same thing happened to these. They weren't set. So yesterday, when these go onto onto this piece here, and then that gets glued on, and then you screw that onto the cupboard. It comes with the screws as well, different sizes, 3 different size length screws. Machine screws. Yeah, so there's those. Okay, and then these are the other pieces I did yesterday. These are my favourite. So I used mica powders. This is a mobile for putting outside to hang in my trees. So it has the Hummingbird, and it's gorgeous. It's really turned out really well. So the process I used here was I used a cotton bud, and I have these mica powders, different colours, that I used yesterday. I kind of like this is a little bit greener than this, actually. The colour is not right here, but it looks a lot bluer on the screen here. But anyway, I use these. I like these 2 colours together. That's pretty cool. They're complementary colours, and then I put the pink in as well. So yeah, so this piece here, I just put with the stick, I put the colour into here and then poured the resin into it, and that's how it ended up coming through. It's really pretty. Once again, it's probably a little bit, I'm going to have to file it, of course, and I may end up filling it up a little bit more because there is a bit of a lip there. I've seen people using just the UV resin to do that. I'm not sure if that's what I'll use yet. Anyway, so these are the other pieces. We'll see what these turned out like. This is, doesn't need any more resin on it, but it's a bit tricky to take the mould off. Once again, I got these through Temu as well. They have really good prices if you're looking for pretty molds. Yeah. So, okay, so this one here is not so startling, but this is the piece that will hang the mobiles off. I don't know if they'll chime or anything, probably not. They'll just probably make a funny noise, I guess. Anyway, okay, and then there's this piece. There's another piece of it. So I guess we've got the apricot going on in this, the bluey, turquoisey blue here. Okay, here's another mold. This is the one that everything will come off. Okay, so this seems to come out okay. Yeah, big blobby bit of pink in the middle. Definitely got a long way to go. Looks all right from this side. But there's that. And then the mold also comes with these pieces, which are the hanging pieces. Yeah, so I'm going to have to take all that resin, that over-filled resin off. And so I've got a little handy dandy knife here to actually what I'll use is the scissors first. They work better initially. So I just cut that off like that, those bits. Yeah. So it's still soft enough to cut at the moment, but if I leave it another day, it'll probably be too hard. Yeah. But there's trimming a little bit better than that. All right. Okay, that's that. And then the hole needs to be poked out as well, and I have to get the drill piece to do that. So let's take this whole thing off. See how these turned out. All right. Yeah. All right, so I've got one big section here that just needs to be all split up. Oh, this will be interesting. All right, so I'll just peel it, yep, like that. See how we go. That one's a bit harder. Nope, that's not going to work. This is, okay. All right, so there's another piece. another piece. Okay. The star. All right. So I'm going to cut this bit off. Well, yeah. Oh, it's going to be tricky. So I'll cut it up this way. I can just separate the pieces to start with, and then I can come in closer and trim them up. I'm sure you'd do a better job of this than I'm really messy. I'm a messy artist, I can tell you that right now. Yep, there's that. This one is really close. So that's that. Okay, all right. So just need to get the scissors and cut those bits off. Yeah. All right, that's that. Okay, yep, definitely a problem. Okay. I've watched so many videos that I figure it's my turn to give back and show you what I'm working on. And I work on all sorts of stuff, not just resin. So I will from now on start showing you what I'm working on and how I'm doing it, because it might give you some inspiration to get to a point to do some stuff, and it's always fun to play around with crafts. There, that looks interesting. So that little handy dandy knife would come in here and cut this up. I'll try not to do this too long, because I know that lengthy videos can be a bit much sometimes. But I guess I will find out. I'm inexperienced at doing videos. I'm just got my phone sitting here on a phone holder. Don't know if it's going to work in terms of helping anybody else, but it's better to just jump in and get going, eh? Been procrastinating for too long, and I could say, well, wait until I've got this and that and the other, and nothing ever happens. So I'm just going to jump in with feet first. I think that that's the way to do it. Yep, there we go. And cut those bits off. Yep. Okay, I'm going to have to drill that hole. Oh no, that hole seems to be all right. I don't know if you can see that. Now we just got, this is thick though. It's not the mold that's the problem, it's the operator. I got a bit carried away yesterday and it spilt all over the mold, and so now everything is like stuck together, and but I'm pretty excited about this. I haven't done this before, where I've put the mica powders onto the mold, and so this is the first time I've done this, and I like the result. I like the effect. I think it's pretty cool. Gosh, this is still soft. It's still pretty soft, so I'm gonna have to be careful here. Oh, there we go. Rip that off. Rip, tear, bust, as I'm called at home here. I have a thing about opening plastic bags. I never seem to be able to find the opening, and I end up ripping them open, and then I find the zip piece later. That's why I'm called Rip, Tear, Bust, because I read the instructions later, you know. RTFM. Read the manual. I'll let you fill in the rest of the words. Okay. Yeah, that needs a bit more trimming up, but you get the gist of it. And I'd highly recommend Temu. I think they're great. They're not as fast as Amazon, but their prices are excellent. You know, they're really affordable, so you can, I think, more affordable than Amazon, actually. So, yeah, give it a go. See what you think. I mean, I've read other people's experiences. I guess some people have had trouble, but like any company, when it first goes to market, you know, they're going to have issues. So far, I've had none. So I did this is a piece of jewellery that I made, and I had sanded it, and it was bit rough looking, so I put a bit of the resin from yesterday on it, and it's all goopy. So I'm going to have to sand it again, and I'll probably have to put it back in the mould. What I'll probably do is stick the resin pour the resin into the mould, and then sit it into it so that it'll take the shape again. But that's using those little, let's call them opals for the moment, because that's what they end up making the resin look like. If you're wanting to get an opal effect, these are awesome. So you get, I don't know if you can see the light reflecting through the pieces. It's really pretty. Yeah. So that's that. Then I did this bangle years ago, and it had a piece. I was sitting in its mold, and it had like a ridge. So I filled this, but I'm still not really happy with it. I think what I'll do is just use this as a ring to hang chimes on. Put it out in the garden. But I filled it with shells, and yeah, that was a cool piece. These I did yesterday, and they're horrible. Don't like them. This is the front. Yeah, I just overmixed, so I've just ended up with this milky blob. So I'll see. Maybe I can pretty it up. Maybe put some stones or something on it. But it's kind of like, why, you know, it's kind of like doing. We'll see if I can fix it. I don't know, because I think it's probably just start again, try them again. But yep. So there's still chopping this stuff off, and I'll chatter as much as I'm a chatterbox. So if you're one of those people that likes people that chatterbox a lot on the videos, that's probably what mine will end up being. I don't know. So let's see. Oh. Yep. Yep. And then this piece in the middle, just peel that out. Okay. That hole needs to be opened up. Okay. Yeah, the effect's quite good. Yep. Cut all this off. Right, so these are some other pieces that I've been working on. I got these boards to display the jewelry on from Temu as well. I have a habit, oh yeah, see this is kind of like a leathery kind of texture on this one, and this is more like furry. And it's pretty cool because this one here, it came with these hooks on the back to hang the pieces on, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm probably going to do the same thing to this one. But doesn't have the holes there to put them in, and I'll have to get my own cup hooks. But those are those two pieces. These are just resin as well. But I put a bit of glitter in these ones as well as the mica powders. Yep, and then I've got these pieces here. This is before I got a stand. I thought, well, I'll try this. I found a box. It was an old chocolate box. It's pretty cool actually, because if I was to take these to a market, I can like just put all the pieces inside. There they go. Yeah, so I put all these tacks up on the top here to just hang them on. I got to start somewhere. Yeah. So this one here, I ended up doing the blue on the front, and then I poured a purple on the back. And then, yes, so I poured these into the molds, and this one here, I poured the resin straight into these wire pieces, and I had tape on the back of these so that it was smooth, because some of these pieces have got, like this one here has got a it goes beyond the piece, so you really have to put the tape right up to that point there, and then you can pour into that. There's a special tape that I got. It's for that can handle the heat, and I'll show that to you in a minute. But that one there's a bit low. I could put something in there, I guess, like a flower or something, and then a pressed flower, and then pour on top maybe. I don't know. It's an experiment. This was a paint skin that I used to make this one. Yeah. But this one here I did with you can see the opal flecks in there. And then I used the purple on the back afterwards, and I put glitter in it, but of course the glitter floated. It didn't actually, I thought it would have gone down into the next layer, but it didn't. Anyway, that's what I've been working on. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with these. These kind of look like those button things that they put on upholstery, so that for the back of upholstery thing. But anyway, it's a donut, and I've got these pieces of ribbon that I thought, well, I'll sit it on there, but I don't know. I don't know how popular they would be. I kind of like it like this, where it's kind of got that, it's a bit more sunk. But that mold had like 9 that you could make at one time. So, yeah, I definitely need to work on this whole pulling the colour around. And I'll show you some other pieces I made. I did this ring holder. And I don't like I don't know, it's a bit gory. And it's got obviously had an air bubble there. So I suppose I could just file it down. And I didn't mix it very well because I don't know if you can see this, but it's still soft in there. It's soft inside, so I didn't mix it properly, the resin. And I ended up with this big glob that got left in the cup. So I thought, well, actually it looks like a rock. Maybe I can use it later in a beach scene or something. So it's kind of funny. And then this piece here is kind of interesting. I thought, well, that actually would look quite nice as a ring. But I don't know. And this piece here was clear, and while it was still sticky, I ran it across the silicone mat, and picked up all the color on it. So it's kind of like I don't know, maybe I'll be able to wire wrap that or something. I don't know. I should probably give up. Anyway, so that's that. Got lots and lots of work to do. My sanding pieces that I've been using. So I had these papers. The P80 was the coarsest one I've got, and the P120, P220, and a P280. It's still not smooth enough. So I got this stick that came, a luthier set. I tell you, I'm all over the place. Because I have a guitar, an acoustic guitar here, and I want to, the strings were too high, so I got this luthier set to file it down. I can't even open it. Okay. And yeah, so these pieces here, I have to watch videos on how to do that again. So it came with all of these pieces. Anyway, okay, so let's see, what's the other bit? Oh yeah, and these things. So they'll be handy for figuring out thicknesses of things. But anyway, this sanding piece, this sanding block, is really fine. It's like, and so it did a pretty good finish at the end. Where it wasn't, it was a lot smoother. But I've ordered from Temu, they have a set that it goes up to, like, I think it's like 1700 grit. That would be really fine. I was thinking that I've actually got some sanding blocks that I had from doing metal work, the Vintage line, Sizzix, with the Sizzix machine. And I was thinking, well, I'm going to try that. I'm going to see if I can use that, because it's got finer grit on it. Anyway, obviously this video is all over the place. I'll get there. All right. I hope you're having fun. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.